Hey look, a new Vaporwave album. I wonder what it sounds like. This is really good. Hello, my comrades in aesthetics. My name is Forewarn, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new album by Vaporwave Electronic. Sort of mall soft, but not really. Actually, it's really not mall soft. It's closer to hard vapor. Furaito. Not much background on this guy. I mentioned him in the last episode as being one of the BANDCAMP leaders in the Vaporwave scene. And yeah, it's kind of true. He has picked up quite a few followers on BANDCAMP, as it seems that his albums are kind of pushed more towards the top of around the first 5 pages. At least that's when I saw it. But this guy, I don't know too much about him. I went out and checked out Furaito Land, which was released, I believe, after this album, as well as in February, some of the singles. Yeah, definitely some hard vapor stuff in there, quite a few Vaporwave influences in his music. But Vaporwave has become such a hard thing to define. It's kind of this, loose term for a conglomerate of not just music, but art. And for everyone else, it's really great, but for me, trying to review this, it's hard. So, this is a concept album, focused around the story that tells the tale of a boy who meets a girl, and they kind of drown together, because they love and desire to be the sea. That's why it's called By the Sea. The story is, I think, an analogy of human desire to be a part of something, and to have humans die for a certain thing they love. So it's already kind of pretentious. But I think Furaito strings the story together really well with this sweeping composition. This album is very ambient. It is filled with some very ambient, very droning, some very haunting even songs. Vaporwave, sort of post-Vaporwave songs. The first track on this album is called Overture / First Stream, 2 names. That's pretty good. It's a super bare-bones composition that, while not technically proficient, is sonically very beautiful. It follows a dreamy synth progression, mixing in waves crashing and chimes before breaking up a choir chant in the background. It sounds almost like a movie soundtrack piece or something off a Dream catalog. Track 2 is Return to Reality. This song is haunting to me. It starts out with the main character being jolted back to reality to be met with a haunting piano progression that gets more layered as the song goes on, bringing in some hi-hats, strings, arpeggiating synths, and a sense of forebodingness. The only thing I don't like about this song is the machine gun sample in the beginning, which scared the crap out of me the first time I listened, especially because I listen to these albums right before I go to bed. Sometimes that can be really good, especially with King Coffee, definitely a very good listen to sleep, to listen to right before you go to bed, ironically enough. But this album, no, you can't do that. No. Track 3 is Sight of the Sea, another song that starts out with a simple synth progression that translates to a chill-out beat, oddly enough, and this weird arpeggiating synth that ties in the intro and the main song together. I really also like the guitar kind of pluck synth, because I'm a sucker for guitars. Very ethereal. Track 4 is Return to House. Starts out with the same machine gun sound again. Ugh. It then transitions to a reverse piano melody, sirens, and an overall terrifying atmosphere. Don't play this before bed, trust me. It isn't a lullaby. It is somehow super good at what it's trying to do, and you don't get too many outright scary Vaporwave songs. I mean, you have some disturbing songs, but you never see any outright terrifying songs. Like, what if just Macintosh, like Love Story by Hong Kong Express, just had this really ethereal startup, and then BAH! It's very jump scare-ish thing in the music. That would have been weird. Track 5 is Contemplation. Somber, yet very grandiose. It is so divinely simple that it feels complex and deep. It's just a simple progression again that goes on until it gets very unnerving. You can almost feel the struggle in the main character, and then the strings and woodwinds kick in, and it just pieces together. Track 6, Running Away, and track 7, Night Beat. It starts out with an acid house bass line that would be annoying if it weren't for the synths that bleed in and out so smoothly. And then there's footsteps, and that synth line kicks in again, and admittedly annoying lead synths before a piano enters and brings a pluck synth with it. It's almost like a piano and a guitar mixture, like kind of like Love Yourself kind of way. I don't know if that's too mainstream for y'all, but yeah. And then it bursts out into this weird soul fragment, and then just kind of ends. It might actually be a sample of something. Track 8 is Run and Hide, a tense organ, and some distorted sirens just blare out and you're put on edge. And then it leads into track 9, which is Living on the Beach. It's very dreamy and ethereal with a reverberated piano and another dreamy synth that slowly builds again with more synths and woodwinds, and even a choir synth that's just so ambient and great. Probably best track on this album. Track 10, First Experience. Definitely sounds like a soundtrack to a sex scene, but it has a simple bass and nice beat, but that sax just farts all over it. Farts. Like, worth it amounts of farts. Like, frickin' jazz players. The synths are nice, but they're just too janky to fit with this sax and this weird beat. Track 11 is The Drowning. If you couldn't tell, this symbolizes them drowning. I mean, it's intense as hell. The string, synth, choir, woodwind, it all just fits together into this haunting ending. You can hear the characters drowning. It's horrifying and a very somber ending. But overall, Furaito, or however you say it, please leave a comment whoever told me to review this album below. Nailed the album. It's a conceptual album that takes minimalist instrumentation, a simple yet poetic concept, and weaves a tale of isolation, romance, drama, and mortality. While a song or two might not hit the mark, it delivers some movie soundtrack atmosphere, great progressions, and a cohesive story all without words. I could probably sing the melody to some of these tracks if you actually told me, which is something not even some of the best Vaporwave could do. I feel like the only people besides Furaito who have ever done a Vaporwave song I could sing the melody offhand is maybe Vectroid, maybe Blank Banshee with Morning Clouds. I can remember that. This is why I'm giving this album a 4.5 out of 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. You're not a bourgeoisie swine, so don't take any of my words to heart.